The next state budget is due in less than 30 days, and state lawmakers don't want a repeat of last year when the state budget passed almost 6 months late. Fox 43's Marshall Keeley breaks down the potential sticking points as lawmakers begin their final budget push.
With just weeks to go until the state's budget is due, Republicans and Democrats are laying out their priorities, hoping to avoid a repeat of last year. As the budget deadline looms over the state capitol building in Harrisburg, Republicans in the General Assembly are laying out their plans for tax breaks.
Senate Republicans, with a veto-proof vote in that chamber, which included half of the Democratic Caucus, voted to cut taxes for all Pennsylvanians.
House Minority Leader Bryan Cutler criticized Democrats' plans to spend some of the state's $14 billion surplus.
Creating new programs that will then create recurring costs that will need to be sustained well after the surplus and even potentially the rainy day fund are exhausted by some estimates within the next 2 to 5 years.
Meanwhile, a group of voters filled the rotunda, asking the state to use their tax dollars wisely.
The General Assembly must enact a 7-year plan to meet our constitutional and moral obligation to fully and fairly fund our schools.
The education funding plan the governor's put forth is something that's very important to our caucus members, the Senate Democrats. We believe it's going to be a big part of the conversation. At the end of the day, it could very well be a sticking point.
Senate Minority Leader Jay Costa says both sides have to be willing to come to the table and compromise to benefit the state.
A lot of work needs to be done between now and then, but I'm confident that the parties will come together. In fact, we've already started some of those preliminary conversations to be able to set the stage for real discussions as we get further into June.
Lawmakers are hopeful they'll reach an agreement before the June 30th deadline and avoid another long delay in 2024. Marshall Keeley, Fox 43 News.